Welcome to Morgan's video blog, Morgan's writing blog in video format. Today we're going to be discussing 5 tips for pacing your novel. Tips for avoiding that saggy middle. You already know about the 3-act structure, you've experimented with beat sheets, and you've tried using script writing techniques to punch up the drama, but you still have sections of your novel that lag. Now what? Here are 5 tips for getting the pacing of your novel better. Tip 1. Every scene needs a beginning, a middle, and an end. You can look at it in 2 main ways. One is the classic conflict, action, resolution that leads into the next conflict. Or you can look at it in which a scene is defined as the action part of the chapter and the sequel is defined as the rumination or the explanation of what just happened. Jim Butcher is an expert at the second type. He interweaves multiple points of view, so you're always anticipating the next sequel or scene of the other character while you're in the main character's scene or sequel. So he just keeps pulling you on to that next chapter and that next chapter. Step 2 for pacing your novel. Action isn't always violence. It can be tension, it can be stress, it can be any sort of interaction. It could be fighting, arguing, or a regular conversation. All of this qualifies as action. Tip 3 for pacing your novel. All chapters should end unresolved. I know, it sounds like I'm saying we should stop every chapter in the middle of the action at a climatic moment. She just plummeted from a cliff, or he just screamed out a confession/plot point. But there are more subtle ways to do this. Yes, you can stop mid-action, but you can also raise a new question in either the reader or even the main character's head. You can bring a new or an old problem to the forefront. Make it something that needs to be addressed next. If you're bored, your readers will be bored. Tip 4. You gotta avoid long sections with no action. You should cut words or pages from the long, boring section. Or you can split them up with action or conversation, anything to avoid that long info dump. You can also spice up your info dumps. You can turn the scene into comic relief or an argument, like a teenage daughter going, "I know this, Mom," and stomping off to her bedroom. Have something interesting happening while the information is being conveyed. Tip 5. Learn from the experts. Be analytical about the novels that you like, the ones where the pacing really works for you. Look at them and decide exactly what it is that gives them the effect that really draws your attention. Reread and outline these aspirational novels. You've got to really study them. Then practice and slowly diminish the amount of time you leave for the sequel. Punch up your scenes. See what you can do with your own pacing just by lengthening the chapter or making the scenes really short and clippy. You can really experiment with your pacing just where you put the breaks. I hope these tips help, and let me know, what writers do you think got it right? Who gets it wrong? And do you have any better tips? Good luck!